How's it going, everyone? And welcome to another episode of The Mountaintop. I am your host, Big Panda, and today's date is July 11, 2019. I almost screwed up right there. I know that. I still get a little because 7/11/2019. I was this close to just say 2011. But 2019, if it was 2011, I would just have graduated from high school last year. Yep, I graduated from high school 2010. Isn't that cool? Graduated at Bret Hart High School. Go Bullfrogs. Yes, our mascot are a bunch of bullfrogs. So today I'm going to do a little different, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit some scary encounters that I've been reading about. I got it from a website. The website is, I believe it's called listverse.com. There is a lot of creepy stories. I was reading it during my lunch and during my break times at work, and I wanted to share that with you guys. I know that some of you guys might actually check them out, but the thing that the thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is just crazy encounters. I listened to another podcast. It's called Let's Not Meet, and it's a pretty dope podcast. I have Apple Podcasts. I am really tired right now. I just got off work, and I'm just trying to stay up. All right, work is a real motherfucker, But yeah, okay. So I have Apple Podcast, and I listened to this one called Let's Not Meet, and it tells you it has stories from Reddit, and they're actually pretty dope. I like the way they tell the stories. I like the mood. I like their theme song. So big shout out to Let's Not Meet. Hopefully you and I can meet one day, and hopefully I can have you here at top of the mountain, at the mountaintop. I am twisting my words right now. I am trying to be cool. So, all right, let's not meet. Let's truly meet, you and I and you, here at the mountaintop. Hopefully, we can meet someday. Yeah. So, okay. So I got the idea from them, and they are actually pretty. These stories are actually pretty insane. I was reading them, and I was just like, "Fuck, man! Hopefully, I'm gonna try and share this with you guys." But of course, first thing is first is a encounter of mine, but this is a little rant. So let's rant a little bit about bullshit like midlife crisis. Midlife crisis is a real effing thing. It's a real fucking thing. I worked with a kid named Carl over there at Avalon Healthcare Center, and he told me one day he told me that his dad was in a midlife crisis. And I just say, how old is he? He tells me he's around 45 or 50. And I just think it's pretty funny that a lot of these 40, 50, 60-year-old people just decide to try and become young again. Midlife crisis is just really fucking weird. And I'm going to tell you why midlife crisis is why it brings me a lot of anger. Okay. So a couple weeks ago, I went to a Snoop Dogg concert, and I thought the Snoop Dogg concert was going to get probably around 20s and 30s, but no, it actually got a couple of very, very old people. And I want to give a shout out to these two old ladies. They're not the ones that have the midlife crisis. These two ladies actually hooked it up. They were really nice people. They let me sit in their blanket. They let me just chill with them. We had a cool conversation. They also gave me their business card if I ever want to stay in Hawaii for 4 days and I can actually invite people. So guys, I got the hookup to go to Hawaii now. Isn't that insane? But no, let's go back to the story about how I got a guy with just crazy midlife crisis situation right here. So this guy, I was grabbing a $9 beer over there at the West Side Pavilion in Black Oak and Tuolumne, I mean. And this older gentleman comes up to me, and then this is how he talked. His figure looked he looked like he was 6'1", and he was white with almost short hair, little beer belly, and he looked like a complete nerd because he had round glasses. He starts talking to me, and he says, "Yo, man, what's up, man? I'm trying to listen to that Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he plays that song, Gin and Juice. Man, rolling down the street, smoking Indo, sipping on gin and juice. Oh, man, I can't wait to see that shit, dog. Man, that shit's the shiznit, man." I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck did he just say to me? Like, homie, I know that I hopefully you're a really like fun, really cool Snoop Dogg fan. How old are you? This old guy then just says to me, "Oh man, I'm 45, man, but I've been listening to Snoop Dogg since you were in diapers." I bet you have. I bet you were even there during World War III then. Oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I should have not said World War III. I was supposed to say World War II, but I'm just twisting my words right now. All right, hold up. It was World War II. But, okay. So, back to the story. And this guy starts talking to me, and then he just says, "Yo, man, you got that bud, you know what I'm saying? I know you smoke some weed, right? You got weed, man. You got that weed." In my mind, I was thinking, "Fuck, man, this could be a cop," but in reality, they actually didn't give a fuck about anybody bringing their shit inside the inside where the concert was going to be at. So I'm thinking, nah, man, I don't got any weed. I don't carry that around me. But, excuse me. But I know that if you are a nice person to some people, you can actually just ask. And then he comes out to, "Come on, bruh. I know you got some, man. You better give me that shit or else I'll bust a cap in your ass." He actually said he was going to bust a cap in my ass. Like, are you serious, bro? Like, come on, Whitey. You're really calling me out for fucking bud. I don't got bud on me. So I had to tell him I don't have any weed. So if you want to pat me down 5-0, you might as well do. I called him 5-0. And he got more offended because he then just decides to say, "Oh, man, so you think I'm 5-0? You think I'm a cop, man? You think I'm a pig? Do I look like a pig to you?" I actually wanted to say yes. But all I wanted was a beer. That's it. Like, please just leave me alone. Go bother somebody else for weed. All right? I do not have what you want. So I would truly appreciate it if you back the fuck off and just let me grab a beer so I can go back, sit on the lawn, and just wait for Corrupt, the Isley Brothers, and Snoop Dogg, and Warren G. Just leave me alone. I do not have weed. So this white boy, or this white man, or white old man, comes up, then he says, "Fine, bruh. Man, you acting like a little bitch anyways. I'm going to go get me some weed over there with them shorties, man." They were really attractive women in that over there. But I said, Yeah, man, I am acting like a little bitch. Well, enjoy the concert. And I says, yeah, yeah, whatever. So, moral of the story is that if people will hit midlife crisis and they're going to act gangster, uh, prepare yourselves, guys. I know that hopefully it doesn't affect me when I hit midlife, and I just act like a normal person. And hopefully none of you guys have to deal with being done with midlife crisis or with people that have it. So good luck out there, and yeah. So now that's my little rant about midlife crisis and how stupid people are like that. Now it's time to share with you guys these creepy ass stories. So, okay. And I have I'm going to read you like probably just 3 of them because I just feel that they have a lot, but I'm just going to tell you some of the stories that I thought they were pretty crazy. So, I just kept reading these things, and I also want to share with you guys. So hopefully you guys are not listening to this in the dark, alone, in the garage, or anywhere. But here is one. Here it is. This one is the infield horror. So let's get it. Okay, here I go. Should I do like a creepy voice? Let me see if I could do it. On the night of April 25th, 1973, a little boy named Greg Garrett was playing in the backyard in Enfield, Illinois, when he was attacked. Not by a person or any animal anyone had ever seen before. To this day, nobody knows what it was. But it tore his shoes to pieces and left him in tears. Just minutes later, local resident Henry McDaniel opened his front door after hearing a light scratch and got a good look at what would come to be known as the infield horror. Craig and Henry's description were pretty much exactly the same. The horror was short, no more than 1.5 meters, 5 feet, had three legs. Yes, 3. It would also possessed short, stubby arms ending in claws or talons that seemed to be placed in the center of its body rather than its sides. It was hairy yet slimy and had reddish pink eyes with the size of flashlights. Just minutes earlier, Henry's children had insisted that a monster of some kind had tried to break into the house while he and his wife had been out to dinner. He laughed at it off at first, but upon seeing this thing on his porch, Henry slammed the door and went directly for his gun. Henry ripped open the door, fired 4 shots. He was sure he hit it on the first, and he said the thing hissed like a wildcat. Before bounding away, covering 75 feet in a few powerful leaps, he immediately called the police. And over the next few days, several more sightings were reported by searchers, sheriff's deputies, even a radio station news director and his crew. Henry also saw it once more. A couple of weeks later, out of his window as it wandered near some railroad tracks. And then it was gone. Whatever it was, it hasn't been seen since. Let's hope it stays that way. Okay, so I'm just thinking that there could be like a fucking chupacabra out there. So so the chupacabras exist, guys. Chupacabras freaking exist. So, and if you guys have goats, you guys are good. But I feel like if you one day will wake up in a pool of blood because a chupacabra ate your goats, and that's your fault. Congratulations, you dumb. All right, so here's another story I actually wanted to share with you guys. It's called The Children. And I'm not going to lie to you, but sometimes when children say the weirdest shit, it kind of creeps me out. So this is why this little short story creeped me out. So let's begin. I don't know if you guys liked my little "and then there were four," but I'm going to do it because I have nobody here telling me how to run shit, and I'm not going to let you guys ruin my shit. Okay? All right. Let's get it there. I know that I stutter sometimes and I kind of like, but deal with it. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Brian Bethel is a respected veteran journalist and current columnist for the Alabama Reporter News in the 90s. Brian wrote a blog piece detailing an experience that would soon come to be shared by many others. His story is unique in that it was the first and it was told by someone with an eye for journalistic detail and absolutely nothing to gain by spinning such an impulsive yarn. One evening, as Brian sat parked outside the local movie theater, filling out a check for the night deposit next door, his driver's side was approached by a couple of children. No more than 10 or 12, Brian rolled down his window, expecting a request for money. Only one of the boys spoke, but even before any words came out of his mouth, Brian was gripped by fear. An irrational, heart-pounding fear that he couldn't explain. The boy told a story. They wanted to see the movie. They left their money at home. And could Brian give them a ride? Brian tried to avoid looking at them, not wanting his fear to show. He noticed that the last showing of the movie had already begun. The little boy implored. They were just a couple of kids. They didn't have a gun. As Brian finally locked eyes with the boy, his mind went wild with horror. Both the kids' eyes were coal black. Stammering an excuse, he began to roll up his window and put the car into gear. As the little boy called out angrily, "We can't come in unless you say it's okay. Let us in." Brian burned rubber all the way home and wrote about the experience later that night. Apparently, he's far from the only one. Stories abound on the web about black-eyed people. Usually children, but sometimes adults with similar requests, who cause unexplained panic in all who encounter them. Perhaps it's just those eyes or the odd, somewhat alien nature of their speech, or the malevolent, predatory nature that those who encounter them can feel lurking just beneath the surface. No one was stuck around long enough to find out just who or what they really are. Perhaps you'll find out some dark night on some side street as you're walking alone. Let us know, will you? So that was The Children. That one actually really creeped me out because I'm just thinking like I just see a couple of I do see a couple of teenagers or sometimes like kids passing by my job, and I'm just thinking that yeah, man, that's actually pretty creepy. I just feel safe if I'm alone in my car. I know that I still think of the urban legend about that there could be somebody in your back seat. I always check my back seat when I hop in my car. I always check it, and I'm going to say this for you guys. Always check your back seat because it's just crazy, you know? So I'm not going to if a little kid or child or like 10 or 12 children come up to me and say they want money, I'm going to be that guy and says, "Get a fucking job." I'm going to be that guy. I'm not going to fucking open no gosh darn door for some kids. So you can call me a dick, you can call me an asshole, but hey, I'm not going to open no fucking door or give money to a bunch of little kids. So kiss my ass. All right. So the next one, I thought it was pretty weird. This is the third story I'm going to share with you guys today, but this story actually sounded really weird. And I want to tell you guys. I wanted to share with you guys this story. It's pretty short, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. And I'm going back to my "and then there were three" voice. I also got that "hey, what's up, baby? Let's make love." Yeah, that was creepy. I'm never gonna do that ever again. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so the next and final story is called "The Sleepwalking Suicide." Here we go. Soon after 18-year-old Carissa Glenn moved into her new Cornwall flat, she began sensing a presence. She had the feeling that someone or something was there when she was alone at night, and she often brought it up with the family and friends over the month, or said that she lived in the flat. She could hardly have been that surprised. She'd heard a rumor before moving in that previous tenant had hanged himself. According to her friends, she would have extraordinarily vivid nightmares about hanging. In addition to the feeling of being haunted, her friends were concerned as Carissa had a history of sleepwalking and of acting out her dreams, and thought the rumor about the previous tenant actually proved false. Carissa may have just been haunted after all. On April 14, 2008, the happy young woman who had been out for drinks with friends the evening before hung herself with a scarf. Well, her friends agree she'd been happy except for one thing. She sometimes didn't want to go back to her flat at night because of the presence and the dreams. And with that, we'll wish you your own sweet dreams. That one was actually pretty creepy. I know that just listening to that, it terrifies me. So I really wanted to share these stories with you guys, and hopefully you guys check this website out. It was really creepy. It's called listverse.com. It has the 9 intensely creepy stories. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and hopefully I didn't scare the bejesus out of you guys. Hopefully you guys can still sleep at night and have sweet dreams and enjoy the rest of your day. But if you guys wanted to get a little scared, because I know that is Halloween's about to come up in 2 or 3 months, and you know what that means, right? Halloween or October is one of my favorite months, not just because of Halloween, but because it's almost Big Panda's birthday. So if you guys want to give me a present, don't. I don't like presents, and I don't like to be, how do you say, played. There's another word. I don't want to act happy, but disappointed when that day comes. So yeah, it's almost October. Almost. I'm not going to say that it's almost here around the corner because it's just a stupid thing to say. So yeah, I just wanted to scare the shit out of you guys. Hopefully I didn't, or if I did, go change your pants. So there was a big thing that has been attacking a lot of people lately, and it also has attacked me. But what I want to talk to you guys about is anxiety. Anxiety is something that really terrifies. Now, this is a true horror story, or a terrifying story, however you guys like to take it. But anxiety is the biggest, scariest story out there for a lot of people. And to deal with anxiety, I had to do a lot to try and control it and try to beat it as well. I know that a lot of you guys have it, and you guys either try and keep yourself busy and beat the anxiety. You guys either be taking like antidepressants or pills or any stuff like that, or you guys are just letting anxiety just take over your life. So what I want to say, that my options about taking on anxiety is to just work on yourself and keep yourself busy. I always go to the gym. I go to work. I work on this podcast. I have some downtime for myself. I just play video games. And I'm done. That is it. And I just want to say that you guys can actually beat this as well. You guys can take on anxiety, and you guys will be all right. I know that a lot of y'all as well. I got to stop saying that. I know that. But you guys have to try and take on anxiety all the time and remember all the bad things. Don't ever remember the bad things. Just remember the positive side. Remember the good stuff. And just, if you guys ever need help, always ask for help. Don't ever be ashamed to ask for help. Because a lot of people think that they can take it one-on-one, but sometimes they're losing that fight. So I would truly appreciate you guys if you guys just put the cell phones down for just an hour, because that's another way to trigger your anxiety. You're always looking at your phone, and anxiety comes in so many different forms. It comes if you see your ex with another loved one. You see a bunch of your friends hanging out and they didn't even invite you. You see that your family is actually happier without you. You also see that you follow a bunch of happy people on your social media. Or you watch a lot of Netflix and Hulu and know that these families actually have families and you don't have anything. It's just wrong that just because you have a Snapchat, you have an Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, just take a break from all that. Just relax and don't let nobody's life trying to control, like, how do I say this, to overpower yours or something like that. If you guys know what I mean. Because I follow a lot of people on Facebook and Instagram, and I always see that they are happy, and I'm a happy too. I'm single. I did have a girlfriend for like the past 2 years, but we broke up this January, and I'm good now. But the thing is that I actually had to calm down with all of social media just so I can finally move on. Never, ever let social media have a big impact in your life. I use social media just so I can put my name out there and tell everybody about my podcast. But if social media triggers your anxiety, just put the phone down, turn off the computer, or turn off the like the Xbox or the PlayStation. Go outside, go for a run, play soccer, play some basketball, water your plants, do something, but make sure you don't pay no attention to your phone or to your computer, because that's what's triggering your anxiety. And the best part is to like never looking at your phone is that you're either like working outside on yourself physically or mentally. Read a book. Always read a book. I already own like 6-7 books, and there's times where I do just read them because I don't need to look at my Facebook just to think, oh, this person's in a relationship now, or this person's married, or this person just finally got a job, or this person's moving to a different state. You don't have to, because when you see that, that's when you're starting to get lower, and you think that you're not doing anything with your life. You are. Just put the phone down and work on yourself. Don't let anxiety have a big impact in your life. One day, I do get anxiety attacks, and what sucks is that it usually happens at work. But I actually have friends that I can call up or like go see them and say, hey man, you want to just talk for a bit, just like share some laughs or anything. And they're always cool with it. And they're very nice people. So don't let anxiety try to tell you to just stay in bed or try and just cry every single day. Yeah, the only times you should cry is that if you're watching a very, very, very sad movie, a relative passed away, or if one of our military people had to get shipped, or if your pet is seriously injured, sick, or has moved on to the afterlife. Don't let anxiety take control of you. You control yourself. You also have the power to take charge. Don't let nobody tell you what to do. Don't let nobody punk you. Don't let nobody say, hey, you're supposed to do this. Well, your boss can say that because they're your boss and you're trying to get paper. But other than that, don't let other people say shit to you, because they don't deserve to be high top. They're not how do you say they're not like, oh shit, I had the word, but they're not great. They're not great. But you are. Let's put those people that want to control your life at the bottom. You're at the top. And you should always remember that. Remember that you control your own life and just make the best choices for you. The worst choice that you can ever do is put a needle inside you. Worst choice. And always keep moving. Just keep moving. That's it. That's what I should have just said in the beginning. Just keep moving forward. You know how Dory says, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Just be like that. Just keep forward. Keep going forward. Chin up, and walk. So I really appreciate you guys joining me here at the mountaintop. I know that it should be a little bit longer, but I don't have much to say today. I just wanted to share that these scary ass stories with you. And I just wanted to talk to you about how anxiety is just hurting a lot of people, but there's ways to beat it. There's a lot of ways to beat it. And, you know, man, I don't even know who you are, but, you know, I love you, man. Love you, man or woman. I don't care. And if you ever want to grab a cup of coffee, I'm right here. I feel your pain. So, thanks for joining me here at the mountaintop. I am your host, Big Panda, and enjoy the rest of your day, y'all. See you next week. Or not. I don't know yet. All right, everybody. Peace.